Hi everybody, Sheenam this side. Welcome back to our channel named as Dialect Ground. I hope you all are doing good, guys. So we have done till now, we have done regarding the modules, but today I'm going to discuss regarding the important difference between computerized IELTS and pen and paper IELTS. Yes, guys, as we all know, we are having two formats in the IELTS. One is the pen and paper IELTS, and the another one is the computerized IELTS. Guys, I have heard a lot of time from the students. They have this doubt in their mind that what is actual the difference between both? What is the difference between the computerized IELTS and the pen and paper? Which one is easy? So these kind of question I heard it from many times from the student. So let's start with today's lecture based on that what is the exact differentiation between the computerized IELTS or the pen and paper. So without wasting time, let's start with that. So let's start with some factual knowledge regarding computerized IELTS. Guys, basically it is came up in the 2017 in the month of December, and it was basically not available before that. Before, we just need to go with the only pen and paper. Computerized IELTS is also known as CD IELTS. So yes, whenever you are going for filling your paper, you just need to search on the CD IELTS for academic or for general, and you can even fill your paper according to that. So there are many features, guys, which are different in the case of pen and paper or in the case of computerized. So today's our session is totally based on that, knowing that what is the actual difference between the computerized IELTS and the pen and paper IELTS. First, guys, there's a difference between the duration, that how many times we can give a paper or what type of dates are available for the computerized IELTS, and in the case of the pen and paper. If we are taking the case of pen and paper, guys, we can give paper 4 times in a month. Yes, and that is also partial in the case of general and academic. If we want to fill the paper of academic, we are having 4 dates in a month. But yes, if you are a general candidate, you have to fill the paper twice in a month. You can fill the paper only 2 times in a month. But yes, on the other hand, if we are taking the case of computerized IELTS, CDLs, in that case, we are having a lot of days in which we can give our paper. Even, guys, in a single day, you are having 3 slots in which you can fill your paper. And in the alternate days, in every month, you have alternate days. You can even give your exam according to your requirements. And dates are very much in the case of the computerized IELTS as compared to the pen and paper, which is quite limited. Only 4 days are available for filling your paper in a month. The second difference is of the result. Yes, guys, if they are having a lot of difference between the test dates, they are also having difference between the result duration. If I'm taking the case of computerized IELTS, guys, in that case, our results comes within a week. It only takes 3 to 5 days or maximum a week to show your result. But on the other hand, if we are taking the case of pen and paper, it usually contains 13 to 15 days, which is a very big time for the student to wait and to get their better results. But if we are talking about the computerized, they never wait you for a lot. They just give you result within a week. This is the main difference between the computerized IELTS and the pen and paper, and many more that we are going to start. Difference between the availability of centers. Yes, if we talk about the pen and paper, we are having multiple centers, around 20 plus centers in one city. So you can fill paper, and the durations are quite easy to access, easy to fill your paper in the case of pen and paper. But yes, if we are taking the case of computerized, we are having limited centers. Okay, CDLs is only opt in the 20 countries all around the world, included India, included Australia. So they are having limited centers in a particular city. They are having around 1 or 2 centers in a particular city. So you have to go for the paper as soon as possible if you want to fill the paper. There's also huge difference between the format of both papers. If we are taking the case of pen and paper, guys, it is typically like our school examination and the college examination, in which we are given the paper, pens are there, pencils are there, and we need to trace our question on that. And they also give you the question sheet of reading, question sheet of listening, and answer sheet of both. And even in the writing, they give you the both task 1, task 2 sheet, and you just need to do your task on your that paper sheet. But in the case of CDLs, they are quite smart. They are quite worried about our environment, that they save a lot of paper in that case. Yes, guys, in the CDLs, the format is typically different. If we are taking the case of writing, yes, they are given you both task 1 and task 2 sheet. You can even switch that in between your 1 hour. The timings are same for both, guys, whether you are giving the paper of CDLs or the pen and paper. But in the case of computerized IELTS, guys, they give you the 2 bars of task 1 and task 2. Even अगर आपने half task 1 कर लिया है and you are just confused little bit, you can even move to the task 2 bar and you can even start according to that. One more great feature of the writing, especially in the writing of CDLs, is that you can even cut, copy, paste according to your requirement. Yes, guys, as we know that when we do the pen and paper, we waste a lot of time in erasing our mistakes or doing it again. So we also fumble at what we are doing. Maybe we lack of our writing. But if we are taking the case of computerized styles, we are having this feature of cut, copy, paste, that if we have a little bit errors in our writing, we can even easily cut and paste and even copy from the previous spellings and add it to the another one. This is a great feature that they introduced in your writing. Another, guys, even in the writing, they have one more feature added, that is the highlighter. They provide you on the bar a highlighter option which you can even highlight your text in the reading, in the listening, or any of the module. So it will be easy for you to know where I'm lacking or not. And on the other hand, guys, if you are taking the case of listening and reading in computerized IELTS, there will be a navigation bar on the footer or on the header even. On the footer, they will give you 1 to 40 questions buttons. So whenever you want to fill your answer, you just need to click 1, 2, 3 or any of the number. So you can even fill your answer according to that appropriate word bar. They also add on one review button, which is a very positive feature of this computerized IELTS. Guys, if you face any difficulty that I'm quite doubtful, I'm quite skeptical regarding this question, you can review that question, that at the end you can easily fill that with the right answer. So this is a quite great feature that computerized IELTS added, which is not available in the pen and paper. To the sound clarity. Yes, when we are giving the paper of the computerized IELTS, they are in the cabins and these are quite quieter rather than the pen and paper. Because when we go to the pen and paper examination, around thousands of people are there with which we have to give the paper, and it is quite disturbing, and that can be a demerit of the pen and paper. But yes, if we are giving the paper of computerized IELTS, in that case the environment is quite calm, there are limited number of students, so you will not face any kind of a disturbance more in the case of computerized IELTS. Quality of sound, quality of environment, or quality of your focus is more maintained in the case of computerized. So those people who are facing problem in distracting by the other people or by the other students, so I would really like to recommend you go for the computerized IELTS. That will be good option for you guys. The another difference between the computerized IELTS and the pen and paper IELTS is that, guys, if I'll take the case of the computerized IELTS, it is quite easy to manage the time. Yes, guys, time management is quite easy in the computerized because the clock is given on your screen. Yes, guys, you don't need to watch again and again that anti-clock which is available on your paper that we are usually see in our pen and paper exam, that whenever we are giving the exam, we have to look at again and again at the anti-clock, and it also wastes our seconds. But in the case of computerized IELTS, guys, you don't need to face this issue. You can simply see on your screen that this time is running, this time is left. So it is quite easy for you to manage the time. There is one more feature in the case of writing in computerized IELTS, guys. You don't need to bother to count your numbers. As you know that in the pen and paper we have to count each and every word for the writing, that whether I'm done with the 150 or 250 words. But you don't need to bother about this thing in the computerized IELTS. Computer automatically count your number and going to visible you in front of your screen. So you don't need to bother about that how many numbers are left, how many words are left. So it is a quite good feature in the case of computerized IELTS. Guys, computerized IELTS is basically for those students who are having a problem in their handwriting. Yes, guys, if you really think that due to the handwriting, because I'm having great ideas, but due to the handwriting, I'm lack of this thing. So yes, you should opt for the CDLs, because in the pen and paper, if examiner confused while reading your paper, so maybe they will deduct your band score or they will misunderstood your ideas. So in that case, you can even go for the computerized IELTS. The another daunting task is, guys, if you are having a low typing speed, yes guys, if you're very weak in the typing speed, CD IELTS is not for you. Because as we all know that from the schools or from our college examination, we are habitual of writing on the paper with pencil or pen. So it is quite daunting for some people. Even some people do not have access of computers. They do not have personal computers in their homes or in their workplaces. So it is quite difficult for them to go for the paper in the CDRs. For them, I really like to suggest that you should go for the typical pen and paper instead of the computerized paper. Because for the computerized exam, you need to go with the good typing speed because you need to manage your time anyhow in that. Take the case of listening. As we know in the pen and paper, when we finished our listening, the examiner will give us the 10 minutes to trace your answer. But it is not like the same rule in the computerized IELTS. Guys, computerized IELTS only give us 2 minutes at the last to cross-check our answer or to transfer our answer. Because in between the sessions, they give you more time to just mark down your answer. As we know in the pen and paper, after finishing one session or 1 to 5 question, they only give us the 10 to 15 second or maximum 20 second. But in the case of computerized section, yes, they give you a little bit more time rather than the pen and paper one. They give you around 30 to 40 seconds in each section, so you can easily fill the paper. The thing is, guys, when we are doing pen and paper, we are very much fumbled in tracing our answer or marking the answer in our answer sheet. But in the case of computerized, there's nothing like that. Whenever we find out the answer, we can simply go with the correct format, because when we are going with the listening and reading, in that case, on the left side we have our question sheet and on the right side of the same screen we have our questions. So it is quite easy for us in the case of MCQ that we can easily tick on our option and the option will be submitted in your answer sheet. So it is quite easy in the case of computerized IELTS, because in the pen and paper we need to shuffle again and again our answer sheet, and we are very much fumbled regarding that which passage. Sometimes even student confuse between the passages type and they write it down the wrong answer. So it is not for them. They can easily see the questions on the question sheet, and on the right side of it they can easily check the answer as well as the passage. So it will be very easy for the student to go with the format. Guys, now we are going to talk about one more great feature which is added in this recent year in the March month. That is the feature of retake. Yes guys, that in the pen and paper we are not having this facility that we can even give our one module retake. But yes, it is possible in the case of CDLs. In exception, guys, if you are lagged when you give your paper and you are lagged from one of the module, you got 5.5 band. In that case, you can even go for the retake of your exam. You don't need to fill again full-fledged paper. You can even choose that particular module in which you lack of, and you can even give the simply retake in that module. So this is a quite great feature, great release for those people who always left from the one of the modules. So you don't need to bother about giving whole paper again. You just need to choose your that lack of paper. Now guys, at the last, let's talk about some similarities between both. Guys, first similarity is that the fee structure is same for both. Even you are giving the paper of CDLs or the pen and paper, the fee structure is same, which is visible on the IELTS IDP site. The another similarity is, guys, speaking section. Yes guys, whether you are giving the paper of CDLs or the paper of pen and paper, guys, speaking will be one-on-one. Yes, the real examiner will come in front of you and he will take your speaking. So there is no difference between the speaking. That will be real life experience, like we gave our interviews one-on-one. So it is like that. So this is also at last, guys, I really want to suggest, according to your strengths, whatever you feel comfortable, that my handwriting is okay or my typing speed is okay, you can choose any of the format, because the timings are same, the checking criteria is same, it is checked by manually. So you don't need to bother about that this possibility give me more band score as compared to the other one. There's nothing like that. You just need to pick up your strengths and fill any of the paper that you feel really comfortable with this. Guys, I hope you really know the now difference between the CDLs and the pen and paper and going to choose the right one for you according to your strengths. So this is all about the differentiation between CDLs and the pen and paper. If you still have any kind of a doubt, guys, feel free to mail us, feel free to comment us so we can even come up with the solution of that. I hope you really like our video and going to subscribe, like and comment our channel so we can also come up with the more good session for you. Here is Shinam signing off from the dialect ground.